everyone. So obviously you've made it this far. Now this is the webinar we're going to be going into a little bit more detail kind of everything that comprises being able to set up this three-step process to being able to set up your Facebook advertisement to getting more prospecting customers for your chiropractic practice. Now you might be a chiropractor yourself, you might be in charge of the marketing department, or maybe you're doing some other things within there, but you just want to be able to share this information with the chiropractor themselves. So again, if you've been able to see the ad so far, this is just going to go in a little bit more detail as far as the advertisement itself, the landing page, and the thank you page. Now again, these are very simple steps, but they can get pretty complicated as far as you'd like to go. So with the advertisement, there's many different ways that you can set it up as far as platforms and things like that. But again, we primarily focus on Facebook because with an audience of 1 billion plus, this is going to be your primary avenue, especially for people who are willing to spend the money to come and visit you or your demographic. So again, I'm going to do my scribbles here, but this is going to be your ad text above whatever it's going to be. Now, of course, for Facebook right now, the most engaging thing that there is video. So the basic thing that we tell chiropractors is, or any practice for that matter, is that if they can create a short video, whether that is comprising them talking about their practice or being able to have testimonials from actual clients that have been through their practice and have used the offer that they're promoting, is the best thing that they can do. So we're going to go ahead and say that this right here is a video. And nonetheless, again, you can use photos, whatever it is, and of course we know that your time is valuable, so sometimes you might not have the ability to go ahead and create the video, but most likely we would say that that is the best thing to do. Now again, the great thing about, I don't even know if the spelling's right on there, but targeting is one of the great things about Facebook advertisements. Once you're being able to look at the actual algorithm behind Facebook, you can be able to target a very specific demographic. So a lot of the chiropractors that we work with right now are specifically targeting mothers. The mothers are kind of the decision makers of the family. You know, once the fathers are on Facebook, most likely they won't be making the purchases. But then when the mother sees the advertisement, we can actually, in that text copy, specifically target mothers in a specific state. So say that you're in San Francisco and you're wanting to run an advertisement for a San Francisco chiropractic office. You could be like, hey, San Francisco moms, go ahead and book your appointment today to be able to get your family in, yada yada yada. So whether that's whatever practice that you're offering, if you're offering the health and wellness special, if you're offering a spine alignment exam, if you're offering a massage special, you're able to specifically target. And even as far as that, you're able to target age range. So a lot of the time that we've seen, it's been anywhere from 27 to 50 years old. And the great thing that you can do with that is you can see the results that you get from that, and you can also narrow it down, because sometimes even just a year change can actually make a large difference on who you're targeting. So this is something that's a whole different monster, and it's something that if you get in contact with us, we can actually go into even further detail. But that as far as specifically targeting age range, male, female, and then also specifics, so whether or not they're mothers, they have children, whether or not they are in a specific field, how much they're making per year. Facebook's algorithm allows you to track so many different things to be able to target a specific audience. That's what separates it from all the different advertising platforms that are out there right now. So that's one of the great things just from an ad copy itself. Now you've probably seen that when you're browsing through, that it's got a little thing up here that says sponsored. And you've probably been targeted by that yourself. So being able to see this, it's either going to show up in the main part when you're browsing down or on the side. So this is a very undervalued, underused thing for chiropractors or for any service-based business for that matter to be able to use. So again, we can go into much more detail about this later. If you're wanting more information as far as being able to set up a specific ad copy for your business, or maybe which videos work, or another thing that I didn't go over too much detail about is the Pixel, which you'll actually install on your website to be able to see conversions But kind of with the three-step process right here, we're not going to get too much into pixelation and things like that because they're going to enter their information in this three-step process, and you'll be following up and they'll be getting in contact with you without even having to go to your website. But they might go there just to get a little bit more information. So now going over to the landing page, what I want to go over specifically with the landing page is kind of what we've seen as far as the step-by-step of the information you want to put on there that is going to get the best results. So again, the best thing we've seen is being able to create an enticing offer. So if you've got a discount, if you've got a special service that other chiropractors or service-based businesses don't provide that separates you, especially with your audience, you want to make sure that stands out on your page. And of course, you want to make that offer available on your landing page. So again, up here is going to be a little bit of information about your business. So for Don, if you've seen the advertisement that we've had for Don's chiropractic practice, this is going to be a little bit about Don's practice, what he specifically specializes in, and then of course his offer, maybe even a photo and kind of a logo or an image up top, and I don't leave enough room for that, but being able to kind of show the logo for his business. And you can even include a video on there. Again, video is the most engaging content that you can have. So even if you have the logo and then maybe a video again, you're going to want to make it a little bit separate and different from the video that you're using on the ad, but it's just going to go in a little bit more detail about the practice. After that video, most of the time you're going to want to head and go have a button for them to go ahead and sign up. So it's going to be claim X offer now. So whether that's the $45 special, whether that's a free massage, whether that's whatever it may be, this button is going to go ahead and give them the ability to claim that. And that is going to give them the ability to opt in. So what does the opt-in mean? The opt-in is where you, the chiropractor, the service-based business, this is where you get to claim the prospective person's information. So that's either going to be email, name, and phone number. And phone number is great, especially for service-based businesses, because that gives you the ability to go ahead and get in contact with them within the first 24 hours. Because sometimes with email, it doesn't matter. They might see an email, there's not a huge response. But if you can go ahead and call them or text them, especially for a service-based business, then that's when you're going to see the most response. And again, one of the things that I didn't really touch on is with the landing page, if you can provide a problem solution scenario. So a lot of the time when we do our ad copies, we're like, hey Denver moms, are you having back pain, neck pain, headaches, whatever it may be, we're creating a problem solution scenario. Hey, don't worry, Don has had plenty of expertise in this area. Come over here and we can tell you a little bit more about it. So once they get on that landing page, that's actually going to be talking about how he specifically helps cure headaches, how he cures those migraines, maybe a video explaining more about it. And then on that button, you can even get creative and be like, let's go ahead and get rid of your headaches now. And that way you get the opt-in to be able to do the email, name, and phone number, whatever that may be. And then of course, one of the other important things to have is some form of social proof. Now, of course, you and probably anyone else, you don't want to go into an office where you don't know anything about that person. So being able to have some form of confirmation, whether that is Google reviews, Facebook reviews, maybe even including video reviews in that video, is going to build that confirmation. And then of course, being able to have the exact location below that so they can see where they're going to be going to is very important. Again, the landing page is almost like a very simplified one-page website. That's why a lot of the times for the setup, I've seen people even charging upwards of $5,000, which we charge nowhere close to that for our clients, but just to be able to set that up. So of course, this is just a pretty simplified overview, of course, of what a landing page is and how you want to have it set up for your practice. If you've got any other questions, you're welcome below. We're going to have a little bit of information so that way you can get in contact with us. Again, free 30-minute consultation. We can walk you through this process, but this is the most simplified thing that we've got for our clients here. So again, the thank you page is going to be the next thing that we're going to move into. And the thank you page is more of the simple, just kind of the ending, the reiteration. But the big thing that we say on the thank you page is giving them the ability to book now. So for a while when we were first starting out, we had it where the thank you page would just give the ability to say, hey, thank you, we've sent you an email, we've got your contact information, we'll follow up, or you can follow up with us. But a lot of times those leads would come through and there would be nothing else after those leads. So they would get them, hey, we've got 20 leads and nothing's happening, because a lot of people didn't have sales processes in place. And there's no problem with that. I know you're a chiropractor or a service-based business. I know you're busy. So this way, being able to have this, you don't have to worry about a follow-up process. You don't have to worry about hiring a sales team, a marketing team to be able to close these leads. They can go ahead and book now on this page. And so that's one of the great things. We've actually got a process set up for that, to where they can actually have a booking calendar on the page so they can go ahead and book that. Now you may be asking, what are some of the processes that set this up? Now, I'm going to go over kind of a brief overview, but again, I haven't got a ton of time here, and plus I want to keep you entertained as much as I can, and I don't want to waste your time. So we're going to kind of go over a little bit the ability to give you the time to research, or again, you can get in contact with us and we'll spend the time with you to be able to go over in detail how this works. So for the ads, you want to use Facebook Ads Manager. Now, Facebook's Ad Manager is actually a page on Facebook that allows you to be able to create these ads, manage the ads, see the leads that are coming through, and being able to modify your audience and search results and everything like that. This is the primary way that you're going to be running these ads. Now, on the landing pages, there's actually several different things you can use, and we're actually going to put some links below so that way you can go and purchase them. There's two different things that you can use, which is landing pages itself, or excuse me, I believe it's lead pages. Excuse me, I'm going to change that real quick. Lead pages, or ClickFunnels. So that's the other one. That's actually the one that we primarily use a majority of the time. ClickFunnels is going to be the very easiest. It's almost a drag and drop template, so that way you don't have to worry about anything. It's very simple to enter text, information, videos, the whole 9 yards. It's all pretty much handled for you, and it's actually a very cheap cost. So over here on the thank you page, there's not much to it. Again, this is really just thanking them, and there's several different platforms that you can use for that. What is the booking calendar? Do you remember what that's for?
Yeah, it's schedule once.
Schedule once. So schedule. So once is in one time.
Mm-hmm.
So schedule once is what you're going to do, and I apologize, I couldn't remember that off the top of my head, but schedule once will actually give you the ability, and then again, ClickFunnels is also going to give you the ability to integrate that thank you page to do the automatic booking. And again, the main important part of that is to be able to, one, you can either thank them and be able to get them followed up in the email process, which we'll talk about that later in other videos, but that the schedule one with the booking is the most important process of that. So again, I hope this was some valuable information for you as far as being able to set up the 3-step process. Of course, Don has seen some incredible results. We've also had incredible results for multiple chiropractors. We've worked with dozens and dozens. We're getting up there for as many as that we've helped across the country at this point. So if you've got any questions about this process, there's a lot more details that you can get into as far as upsells, downsells, being able to do things like this and actually create webinars for your clients. We'd love to talk to you about it. So if you would, in this webinar, there should be a link below. So that way you can go ahead and enter your information. We'll actually get in contact with you, or you can get in contact with us, and we'll have a free 30 minutes, no sweat off our back, to just kind of walk through the process and answer any questions you may have. We know it's complicated, maybe not be as easy the first time that you see it around, but after we go over it a couple times, it makes it very simple. So I hope this helped, and we look forward to speaking with you soon.